Wow, Mike Side, you got in here fast, man. All right, we're live. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the late night. No, I should say the evening stream. It feels like the late night stream. So weird. It takes the place of the nighttime stream. All right. So the keyword, the title shall be $100 giveaway and a new jumbo Mewtwo break. Oops, Barack. Zapdos break. Live card shop. All right. We're going to save on that. So today I have like this terrible migraine, and so I'm probably going to avoid taking my voice over a certain level. So I might sound a little quieter tonight. Okay, looks like Mr. Alex is already pinged. Good. So at the beginning of this stream, I'm going to be working on getting out Miss Sarah Dusenberry's label as well as Yolan's label. I'm already pretty close to getting those things done. Here, let's see. Let's pull up chat. Yeah, I got like this major migraine. It's horrible. And I was talking to Chat GPT. I think some people don't like that I talk to AI. I was talking to Chat GPT, and it was saying I may have eaten too much protein, which I think it is probably the answer, because I've had this happen before. I try to eat like a lot of chicken protein to be healthy, you know, to get full, but not to eat a lot of like sweets or something like that. And I've had this problem before where I'll feel like bad after eating. And I think I'm eating too much protein when that occurs. So I got to find some other trick. It's like my body doesn't want it. All right. You know, that's a trend these days to be told to eat massive amounts of protein. Just eat tons of protein. And, you know, if I was just eating whatever I want, I'd probably eat, you know, a slightly different combination of foods. Although I still like protein a lot anyways. I think I might have a food intolerance to chicken. I've noticed this. I eat like a lot of chicken for a day or two, and I end up feeling sick from it. And I don't get that from beef. So I wonder what that's all about. All right, so Sarah Dusenberry, she's got a lot, dude. Miss Sarah. We like Sarah. She's very nice to us. So I think for Sarah, we're going to use two large flat rate boxes. We're going to say each one weighs about 7 pounds. And we're going to have a tracking, no return service. We're going to have signature confirmation on both. So these are going to be big labels. Too much chicken can cause headaches, says Albert Austin. Could be new routine as well. Well, you know, the holidays are over, so I'm ready to start eating, you know, as healthy as I can again. And so what does that mean? That means like chicken and rice. So I had chicken and rice last night, and then I had some boiled eggs in the morning, and then I had chicken and broccoli for dinner today. And now I am stuck with a queasy feeling and like a migraine headache. And I was feeling that headache around the end of the previous stream. And I'm trying to figure out what is this, because I've had this happen before, and I'm starting to suspect it's all the chicken. Like, it's not natural to force yourself to eat huge amounts of chicken or something, you know what I mean? Let's close this. Let's open this up. Let's get the website set up. I actually suspect that is it. We are. I was looking up whether or not food can trigger migraine, and I was discovering that food's a very consistent trigger for a migraine. I was like, oh, maybe Mister's nervous about Valentine's. Oh, no. Let's see. Can you show off that jumbo slab? Yeah, he's cool, isn't he? Look at that jumbo slab, man. PSA 10 Mewtwo. Isn't that cool? That's awesome. He looks really good. He doesn't fit on the horizontal stream. Now, he fits in the vertical stream, which is really interesting, but horizontal, he's not going to fit on the screen. Send in your orders now, because we might end up having a shorter stream as a result of this headache. We'll find out. And let's see. I just went and ate a little bit of sugar, because that's what AI said to do, is go try eating some sort of carbs or something. We'll see if that changes it at all. Let me go ahead and jump over here. The website's up on our chat, right? Let's see. Yep. Okay, that's good. And now back to Sarah Dusenberry. So we're going to do 2 very expensive labels for her. 1 and 2. She gets like $60 worth of labels. Do you still accept payment through Cash App? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Now we have another order for Yolan to Jampins. Okay, good. I need to see Yolan's slabs. Oops. I kept them up here, so let's go take a look at them. This area is always so full. So Yolan's slabs. Where did I set? Oh, here they are. Take a quick look at these slabs and then go find his bag as well. What did Yolan have? Okay, that's not bad. Let me go ahead, move this. I don't know what I was so worried about initially with his stuff. Sometimes he ships some really big shipments. Yeah, so I'm feeling under the weather. It's like an energy problem too. That's what also makes me suspect it's the food. My body feels super, super low energy. Like I've just recovered from being sick. You know that feeling? But I'm not sick. I don't have a cough. I don't have a cold. I haven't even been outside my home. Zach Allen. ChatGPT also helped me solve the best way to cut cards to submit for grading. Did it. Funny. Let's see. Grab this. Okay. Let's see. Here's a Yolan bag. That's a really small Yolan bag. Exadrian. Here we are. Yolan to Jampins. Okay. So that looks good. Nice. What is this? Hits or something? I think it's the schedule change. Nah, it's got to be the food. My body's adjusted to this new schedule pretty rapidly. It feels good, actually. I think it's the food. The food did me in. I think the chicken did me dirty, guys. All right. I think I got did in by the chicken. Freaking chicken. Finger licking chicken. Grab this. It's weird because I don't have like I don't feel like I'm going to throw up or anything. I just feel really weak and a very bad migraine. Yep. All right. Let's get an accurate weight on this. Good. Welcome, guys. Take a second to smash that like button. I appreciate it. 12 ounces. Cool. He could have added more to this shipment. The sad part is this will still cost $40 to ship, but he could have added more before he shipped. I think it's the schedule change. All right, so now we're going to weigh this in at 14 ounces. 4. Right, choose package. Dimensions are 7 by 4 by 4. All right, now I fill in the international customs form. They want to know how much to tax the poor guy. Ooh, we got to tax him. What's that? He imported cards? We got to tax those cards. He's got to pay taxes. We got to get our money. You bought stuff? Give us money. The government in a nutshell. Okay, we'll say it's about $75 worth of cards. All right. Mistress having morning sickness. That's right. I'm in my 3rd trimester. Okay, now it's changing the postal date, and now it's picking a price. Now, while that is working, we also need to ship another guy, John Lucas. Oh, I know what it is. We need to grab his OP13 box. I'm in my 3rd trimester. Let's see. How you guys doing? How's everybody doing? I recognize a lot of names here. I know someone who uses ChatGPT for everything, even for emotional support. So sad. Grab this. I use ChatGPT for almost everything. I wish I could like have ChatGPT plugged into my head because it's so smart. It's crazy smart. It doesn't know everything, but it knows so much. If you could just have everything that ChatGPT has, you would immediately be a much smarter person. There we go. It's super useful for framing concepts. There. All right. And it's not always right about things. That's all you have to do is be aware of that. That doesn't mean you don't want to use it. It's still extremely useful. You know what I'm saying? So what I do is I get all three of them. I get Gemini, Grok, and ChatGPT, and I use all three of them constantly. Okay, now this is Sarah. Why can't it tell me which stocks to buy? It probably can give pretty good stock advice. Although it can't give Pokemon advice. I know that. All right. How about that OP13 box? When he said OP13, he must have been referring to English OP13, right? But I don't remember. Did he get a whole box of that and that's sitting somewhere? I don't see it over here. All right, so I think I'm ready to take the box down. It's a big, heavy box, guys. So you guys sit here, talk to each other for a moment. I'll go get this box down to the shipping area for Miss Alexis. All right, I'm back. See, I feel so winded. It's so bad. Some kind of energy problem. I should retitle this The Headache Stream. All right. Yeah, something's wrong. Good night. You stream quite a bit. What? What's up, Mr. TJ? Yeah, I stream a lot. 2 times a day, man. All right. One Piece OP5, huh? Okay. Let's see. I'm curious what this has gotten up to. All right. So our One Piece packs come from a sealed case. A sealed case, which is much better than ones that have come from a case where people already know the pulls. We don't know any of the pulls in this case. Let's see. Oops. Oops. Well, I'm just feeling awful, guys. Just awful. Crazy. How much is a One Piece OP5 case these days? All right, is this it? Did I find it? Is that Japanese? That's Japanese. Is this right? Oh my god, dude. The cheapest OP5 sealed case is now $12,000. What? Divided by 24. I see. Okay. So I'd like to offer one of these one-piece packs has a break. Kind of like maybe a pack split, right? There we go. Fix that camera. Thank you for hanging out with me, guys. Yeah, I'm feeling ill tonight, dude. Let's see. Sealed is nice. Phew. So, TJ, tell me a little bit about your life. I'm curious what went on in your life, actually anyone's life, because I don't know much about anyone. There we go. One piece. Okay. Oh, here. Let's grab this, actually. Another day, Alex. How about you? Mr. Legendary Pest Control here. He's related to me. He's a long-lost cousin. You are. Not even exaggerating here, guys. He just kind of popped up the other day. Started saying hi. Let's see. So you were thinking about grading cards, Mr. TJ. Is there a particular card set you like to collect? Okay. Let me think about this for a second, all right? Let me think about it. Is the menus working for you guys? Oops. All right, so this is going to be a small break. That's a small one-piece break for a pack of OP5. All right. Very nice. Very good. How many spots left on the jumbo card? I believe there's one person in the jumbo card currently. Oh, nope, there's 2 people in there. There's 8 spots left. I'm not going to write it down. Well, maybe I know I can write it down. Can't I? I can write it down. That's right, because we've got a little bit of plastic here. We are? Okay. So this big bad boy is going to be 1, 2, 8 spots left. Okay. So this is a small thing you can jump into that I'm hosting. The whole booster pack goes to one person. And as you know, this pack comes out of a sealed case where nothing crazy has been pulled. So it's not bad. You might be interested in that. My business in 2025 have lost 70% revenue due to the bad economy, which is why I haven't been buying on your channel recently. Oh man, I hate to hear that, dude. I hate to hear that. Let me go ahead and plug this in over here. You know, you should sit down with a paper and pen and start putting together like a battle plan to try and recover some of that. Like, for example, I also go through bad times. Sometimes it's cyclical. Like the Pokemon card market just kind of slides sometimes. It just kind of goes down for a while. Other things would be like, yeah, like if the stock market does bad, Pokemon does bad. I think sometimes you get too many people who are done shopping here and they move on with life. And then I don't work hard enough to bring new people in. So some of that's like a skill in advertising. So maybe some advertising, some tricks like that. But that's what I would do. I heard this great thing. Let me share something with you that might help you too. Here, there's a book I listened to. It's a really good book. Let me find the book. So I listened to it. I don't read it. I listen to it. It's called 50 Business Classics. Here it is. 50 Business Classics by Tom Butler Brown. So sometimes this can really get your brain kind of juiced up for thinking correctly. And so that's some of the... Anytime I'm having an issue, I'll listen to a good book. And I remember I was listening to this concept that the job of a CEO, he doesn't necessarily have to do the work. Like, for example, I open packs, that's the work. The CEO, the thing that sets him apart from all the regular workers is he solves all the problems. So you know you have a problem where you have sales that are down maybe 70%. And so now you have the regular day-to-day work, but then you also have this problem to solve. How do we try to bring in new customers or something like that? Some of it could just be out of your hands. Some of it could actually just be like the economy is down or something. But the other aspect of it is, even with the sliding economy, how do you get sales up anyways? You know, so it's just like you're faced with the challenge, and as the business owner, you Now your interest, your motivation is to see what kind of new techniques can I employ to try and get it back up. All right, let's see. Hey, what's up, TJ? He says, it's a long story, but wound up in Texas, back in Texas, after I got the boot from Uncle Tom, started doing pest control. Boss passed away. Before they did, I inherited it. Great people. Oh, wow, that's so interesting. Football and Hot Wheels. I had a Trevor Lawrence 1 in 15 auto. The only reason I'm hurting is because my billing's behind. Nice, dude. Sales sucked. I hate it. Yeah, that's wild industry right now. Yeah, well, you know, they say restaurants are really tough business to run. It requires, I think, a lot of passion, a lot of hustle. And, you know, I can't give much advice in terms of, like, understanding of a food business. I will say this. If somebody, I think it's a lot of it is advertising. I really do. You need positive reviews, and then you just need people to be aware of your business. Your competition, I guess your competition is other restaurants that people might be choosing. Yeah, I don't understand restaurants very well, so I can't give any good advice. Our favorite places to eat right now include restaurants that have a healthy option, restaurants with reasonable pricing, so not as cheap as fast food, but not as expensive as fine dining, somewhere in the middle, with healthy options, not just good tasting unhealthy options, but like maybe Karis and I just want to eat chicken and broccoli or something, like chicken and rice, something that we know is good for us. And we have such a busy work schedule that we look to purchase that and have it delivered to us through apps like DoorDash. So maybe one way you can increase sales is by integrating your business closer with delivery apps. Also, some of those delivery apps have different ranges. Like we found out Uber Eats has longer range delivery than DoorDash the other day. And it's like, that's a big deal for a business. So I would say the way that we eat out has changed really heavily. We look for affordable, healthy options, and we look for access to DoorDash and Uber Eats. So those would be some trends. I don't know if you've looked into that yourself, but those would be some interesting trends to go experiment with. And that's a big deal. I tell Mike's side this all the time. It's our job to constantly experiment. It's a really good idea to experiment. Let's go ahead and stop talking. Let's go ahead and start opening up some cards. You ready? Okay. So this gentleman, Mr. Seth, has given me a contractor bid to replace the siding on the El Tampa home. He wants $40,000. But it's only a $180,000 home. So I don't know. Is that worth it? Maybe there's some contractors in here that can give me advice. I don't know. So that is something Karis and I are looking at right now. Let me go ahead and close this. Here's Shahir. He says, 2 pre-grades on my Black Bolt SIRs. Yes, sir. All right. I agree with what you said. I know where I can improve. It needs to be modernized and more convenient for the customers. Nice, dude. Well, so it's funny when you say that. I already know how to improve. I run into the same scenarios where it's like, I know I got to do things in life. And the hardest part isn't knowing what to do. It's actually getting out there and implementing it. So you'll notice we've made a change to this channel where now we have, he said, my Black Bolt SIRs. Let's go find those. All right. So on this channel, Karis and I implemented a website. So that was a pretty significant change. And ever since it was implemented, which was a couple months ago, we've now received 303 orders through the website. Wow. That's a lot. It probably stacks up. So that's a way that I modernized my channel recently. I didn't want to do it, but we finally did it. Whole bunch of hollows. Whole bunch of hollows. I like the old system because I was so familiar with it. The old system was easy for me, but maybe the customer didn't like it as much as I liked it. And my competitors all have websites. So I'm glad I implemented it. And it was like this one-time thing I had to figure out. And now I've got it. And now we got 300 new orders. So I feel like there's an example where we're increasing our sales through experimentation. It's the NSASIR and the Meloetta. All right, no problem, man. Was it in this bag? Did I miss those? You know, those don't quite feel like SIRs, do they? Doesn't he have a pest control business? There we go. So you're working in pest control. That's cool, man. We get a lot of pests out here in Lake of the Ozarks. Let's see. Larry's skill went by. Bronzor went by. I'm going crazy. They weren't in here, were they? Okay, they weren't in here. This bag contains your prismatic pulls. Ooh. Okay, let's keep looking. So that's a bag of bulk. Here's a bag of bulk. Here's a bag. Let's see what's in here. Ooh, Aroma Lady. Ooh, Sandy Shock, Raging Bolt, Ursa Luna. All right, so not in here either. You must have another bag. Oh my gosh. You've got a bag right next to me. It's on the table. I bet you your box got so full, I started putting your cards right here next to me. That's so goofy. That's such a me move. Okay, so there's some more hollows. Okay, take these hollows, put them in their own bag. Lake gets the brunt of it in the dry season, especially with no freezing for us down here. Yeah, Lake of the Ozarks gets a lot of spiders and mosquitoes, and especially ticks. Horrible ticks. Go. I got bit by a tick, and I got the Lyme disease bullseye, and then I had to take what do they call that? What's that thing they're giving everyone? Penicillin or something? I can't remember. Antibiotic? That's what it was called. It's called an antibiotic. And it's been pretty bad ever since then. Let's see. There's the Meloetta. Ah, here we are. Meloetta. We found it. We found it. Ends plan. All right, cool. Cool. I like this Carablast, and I like this Victini as well, okay? So let's take a quick look. Mr. Shahir, he's a big customer, guys. Let's make sure that he's happy with this pre-grade. Yo, what's up? Haven't been here in a while. Hey, what's up, Huckleberry? When was that? I just started watching Ozark. I got bit by that tick like 4 years ago. Got the bullseye, and then I took an antibiotic. This. Let's see. Very, very subtle surface flaw on the bottom edge. I will give this card a 9.5. Carablast. Off-centering on the top. The question is, how off-center is it? So this one's very borderline, but I suspect it leans toward a 9. So I suspect if I were to pull out my ruler, it would be worse than 45, 55. Ends plan. Okay, this is the one you wanted. It's looking thin on the bottom. Okay. Here we can visibly see that it's thick on the top. This card will receive a 9 like the Carablast. Okay. See what we're doing here, Mr. TJ? I'm actively grading his cards for him. I'm giving him advice by doing something called a pre-grade. So for a small fee, I tell him what I think the grade will be. Now, this is not an official grade, but I'm pretty good at this. If you didn't know this, TJ, I've been doing this for almost 7 years now. See the difference between the left and the right? So the left is fat. Another way you can tell it's off-center by only looking at this corner. So look at that corner. See how one side of it's fat and the other... Come on, can it focus? One side of it is fat and the other side is thin. That's another way to see the off-centering. So basically, I think he's got problems on all his cards, and the centering on the Meloetta is tough. It's actually going to be thin on the top and fat on the bottom. So that is the problem. See that? There you go. All right, so your Meloetta is a pretty clear 9. I'll give it 9- so that there's no question about it. All right. So here are your grades. 9.5 with slight surface flaw on the Victini on the back. There's 2 portions. There's like a print line that runs here, but it's super subtle. Now this is a little less subtle right here There it is. Do you see it? It's this little buzz right here. So that is on the card, not on the sleeve. And that is going to reduce your odds for a 10 from a very good grading company. They're going to see that. 9.5999 minus. Pretty rough. This is also why PSA 10s or 10s of anything are so valuable. I probably make it look a little bit easy because I put up a lot of 10s up on the table, but that's because I've already filtered them most of the time. It's actually really hard to get 10s. It is. Thank you, Mr. Shahir. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate all your big orders. I wish I was giving you 10s on all those. There we go. There we go. There we go. So we got all those. How are Tom and Trina? They have a son, right? Isn't his name Marcus? What did Marcus ever get up to? Did that guy do anything interesting in life? Thanks, mister. No problem, man. I think his name was Marcus. Dude, it's literally been like 20 years since I've seen anybody. I'm not used to the new stream times. It's throwing me off, says Grunt. Hey, how's it going, Grunt? Let's set this giveaway up now. This $100 giveaway, everybody. Doing good. It is. He's chilling. You're 100 out of 10 in my eyes, mister. 100 out of 10. There it is. That's too much pressure, man. All right, where's Sarah? Here she is. The Sarah giveaway. Sarah generously donated look at this, TJ. So we have a customer, her name's Sarah, and she just gave $100 away. And this gentleman here, Mark 808, in the month of December, over time, he gave like $950 away. Isn't that crazy? Pretty crazy. There's a lot of people here, probably hard workers, and they like to have fun here. And sometimes they do a little generosity too. We're going to set this up. He doesn't do much. Okay, okay. We are. All right, Sarah. All right. I don't want to sound like I'm teasing it all, but if I'm not wrong, Trina and Tom are doing financially quite well. And I guess if I was the son of a mom and dad who were going to leave a very hefty inheritance, I would probably just be chilling too, you know what I'm saying? Look at me, I came from pretty severe poverty, and I did the opposite. In the end, I had to take care of myself, so maybe that taught me how to be all, I don't know, crazy, work-brained. It is what it is. Here's Ivan. But yeah, Marcus, boy, he's lucky, man. He's got the right parents for perhaps an inheritance. Doesn't seem like any of the kids want the company. Oh, I see what you're saying. They don't want to work at the company. Here we are. What exactly do they do? I always knew Tom and Trina had a company, but I never knew what the company was. Can you explain what the company actually does? Yes. All right. Thank you, Mr. Shahir. Now, did I pull a white Reshiram with you? All right, let me show him what he got. Where'd I put the bag? Oh, I must have sent the bag back to Alexis. Hold on, let me respond. Oops. No, just the Alt Art Zekrom and the Alt Art Superior. You did very, very well. All right, I hit send on that. He barely acknowledges them. Meter sockets for outside your home. Yeah, I talk about that concept that there's a lot of companies out there that do jobs like, well, there's a toilet paper company, isn't there? And so sometimes a great job is just to have a very conventional kind of work that has to be done. And that's an easy moneymaker. Nobody dreams of becoming, nobody goes to college to dream of becoming the meter socket company guy. You know what I mean? And yet there's so much money in that, and people don't appreciate that ever. It's like this under-demanded work job that people just don't pursue. And so Tom and Trina, I think, have done very well, haven't they? We are. You know, you might know a lot more about my aunt and uncles than I do. There was an Uncle Mark. There was Uncle Jim. He never had kids. Did Uncle Jim ever have kids? I'll put this over here. Let's see. I'm going to place this. I will place this here for now. All right. Millbank. So, where my pre-grades done already? Where my pre-grades done already, says Miss Alexandra. Miss Alexandra, I don't remember. Did you just order right now? Let's see. No, he didn't love Uncle Jim. Somebody didn't love Uncle Jim? Who didn't love Uncle Jim? Here's Mr. Zach. He says OP5 pack break. All right. So we have this simple pack break for an extremely pricey pack of OP5. Good looking there, Zach. Okay. I did order them after the morning stream, so they're the past. They're in the past. All right. Miss Alexandra says she orders some pre-grades. Do you remember what they were for? Let's see. Put this back here. No kids. Oh, how did Aunt Carolyn and Uncle Alan do? They ended up really successful, right? If I recall, she was like a nurse HR, and he was an accountant, which is a very good job. This. Okay. Raven Mocker, which got a 9.5 minus, and Yig, which got a 9. Is that right? Okay. My One Piece Crocodile, and maybe my Plague Doctor full art from MetaZoo. Oh, okay. So hold on. She had a couple more. Let's see. Who didn't love Uncle Jim? Oh, I see what you're saying. How did, do you know how Kelsey and Hannah turned out? Let's see. You had a whole bunch of these graded. Okay. Just retired from big time chillin'. Emma Davis just graduated. Right, she was really young. All right. I remember we would visit them and my mom would stress out, you know, because she'd see how good their life was. She'd stress out over that. She would notice. She'd be noticing. Okay. You've had a couple things graded. All right. You know, that's her youngest sister. I believe Aunt Carolyn's the youngest sister. And there we are. Aunt Carolyn was killing it. She was living kind of an upper middle class lifestyle. There we go. My mom's over here with like 500 children. The MetaZoo card is from Secret Shadow. The One Piece card is from The Morning. Okay. Did we not already see it? Oh, there's Plague Doctor right there. And there's Crocodile. Cool. All right, so you asked for a pre-grade on these. You probably ordered it on the website. Let me hit refresh on that. All right. So it says you ordered this 6 hours ago. That's OP20, OP14. Let's see. I don't see an order for pre-grading. Was it a PayPal order? Maybe it was a PayPal order. Let's see. All right. Let me check one more time. We have a Mr. Dennis Lee too, huh? All right, so I don't see the request for the pre-grade. Where just $3 from the website. Let's go ahead and do a pre-grade on these for you, all right? So there's still aspects of pre-grading One Piece cards that I don't quite understand. But from the front of this card, he immediately looks thin on the left. Yeah, so you can tell he shifted over that way on this side on the back too. So this side's thin, and this side. So Crocodile's going to get a 9. You are? All right. Okay. Very good. Who do you think's doing well in our family? Here's Plague Doctor. Ooh. Flipping that around. It looks pretty clean. It's got a bit of a lip there, and it's got like a dot on the surface here, and then 3 more dots on the surface here. I'm going to give this a 10 minus, but I got to say, I don't know how they're going to treat those dots. I might be more comfortable saying 9.5 plus. All right, so this leans toward a 10. It is. All right. Very nice. Do you still have the Black Label Mario? The Black Label Mario poker card sold immediately for like $300. I almost wonder if I underpriced it. There it goes. Ugh. I'll try to get another one someday because I can grade that a second time. The bounty, by the way, are these two lovely guys. Look at this. Pristine Mario, Pristine Mario. Very good. All right. So, Dennis Lee says he ordered 2 hours ago. That makes this a pre-order. Dennis Lee. He wants a Ancient Roar, Cyber Judge, Battle Partner, Night Wanderer, Peanut Classic, and Korean 151. Is Mr. Dennis here right now? Mr. Dennis. Okay, let me look at that again. Okay, let's start putting this together. Sorry about making you wait there, Dennis. I didn't see this. Here is a Ancient Roar. Here is a Night Wanderer. Heat Wave. Here is a Battle Partner. This is not Cyber Judge, right? This one. Is it Cyber Judge? Yeah, this is Cyber Judge. And then, let's see. Ancient Roar, Cyber Judge, Battle Partner, Night Wanderer. Oh, we did good on that. So now we just need Peanuts 1 and 2. Okay, give me a moment here. That painkiller's kicking in, so that's good. Let's see. This is Peanuts 2. I think I need a new box of Charlie Brown. We need a new Charlie Brown box, I'm pretty sure. Because there is Classic Series 2. Yeah, I think we went through the previous box. I'll be right back, guys. All right, so here we are, fresh box. These are really fun. All right. I think we're all doing okay, just different strokes. Here we are. All right. There we go. Let's see. I'm long my bad on the like button. Oxycodone or hydrocodone? What? No, I just took some ibuprofen. I'm doing okay. My next step is to have 12 IVF children, you know, using surrogacy. There you go. All right. Let's see. You hear about those Chinese billionaires have like 100 kids. I love it. I love that they're taking those ideas to the extreme. I'm not a billionaire, though. Are you ready? All right. Well, now, wait a second. So is Dennis here? I didn't see if Dennis was here. Bro, they got $500K to split at 18 and went quick. Kelsey a cop, Hannah married with kids. Miss her. Katie got a bit by the tick and got Lyme disease. Yeah, Lyme disease. It gave me a lot of stomach problems for a while, but I think it's like better now. I don't know. Weird. Let's see. Let's see. I don't see Dennis here. Should I keep his stuff sealed, you guys think? Maybe we keep his stuff sealed for the moment. Let's wait till he's here in the stream. He'll probably say hi. There we go. Snoopy. Who's ripping Snoopy? A gentleman named Dennis Lee, but we're going to put his stuff in this bag here and wait till he pops in and says, hey, did you get my stuff? Mr. needs 12 vessels. Yeah, I could have 12 children in 1 year if I had 12 surrogates, which would cost over $1 million. I don't have that money. There he goes. No, you hear about the billionaires. They're doing these things like they're having like 100 kids using IVF. And I was thinking, oh my God, that's the future right there. You're seeing it in progress. No government needed. There it is. It's really insane when you think about it. All right, there we go. 2 kids is enough for me, no matter how much money I make. Yeah, I think that's when you think of children in a different way. When you think of children in a sort of like emotionally attached way, compared to sort of like a DNA game. Wish I was a woman, I'd carry someone's kid for 100K, damn. Yeah, girls have that option. It's kind of kind of a nice thing if you really believe that that's something you would do. Yeah, you'd make like 100K, maybe a little less, but you'd make like 100K doing surrogacy. It's not bad. All right. Like, if you had 100 kids, the odds that one of them went on to do something famous would be higher. All right. No, wait a second. There's one more part. Let's see. Let's see. Here we are. Okay. Let's see. Pop that over there. Pop these in here. Plumbing is where it is if you are young. Oh, you're saying in terms of work? Sure. Yeah, a lot of the carpentry and construction and contract work, those are all paying fair wages, I think, compared to what? Like working at Starbucks, which everybody's doing with useless degrees. I'd say so. There you are, Nessa. Very good. Yeah, those jobs, a lot of girls won't do those jobs. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I straight up just woke up. Holy moly. What's up, Tammy? How you feeling? Are you going to celebrate the manga Sanji from Beckett? Now, that's not my card, so I can't do that, I'm afraid. That's someone else's card. Fix a leak? $400. Yeah. What? Just look at the leak. Get paid $100. Well, I looked at it. All right, that'll be $100. Pretty extreme. Andrew Vasquez, 4 packs of shiny treasures. Okay, 4 packs of the shiny treasures. All right. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Ugh. Lovely. Average wage at Starbucks in California is $25 an hour. That's California, though. Oops. I'm sure Starbucks isn't paying that much money here in Missouri. And when you're living in California earning $25 an hour, that means the cost of all the goods rise. So the cost of living in California will match that 25. There it goes. Everything goes into a sort of balance. All right, here's Obama Snow. Plumbing, electrician, carpenter, bricklaying, plastering, roof, all good jobs. AI can't replace these jobs. AI can't replace them. Nerds can't code them. and girls don't want them. Girls generally don't want to do those jobs. So it's like, it's a great place right now. It genuinely is. If you're like a dude and you're young and you want to make some money, the military is an option. A lot of young men forget about that. They go, no way, I'm not doing that. But it's like, dude, there's a lot of benefits. And the pay's not bad. You just got to give up some of your life for a while and get shot at maybe. And then the other one is, yeah, these trade jobs. I think a lot of people are a lot more interested in those jobs because they're realizing how overpriced college is. And when you walk out of college with a history degree or, like a psychology degree or, maybe like a philosophy degree, whatever it is, you walk out basically with $80,000 to $100,000 a day hanging around your neck and no way to make any money. And you just lost 4 years of your life. So people are waking up to that now. Okay. I move furniture for a living. AI wishes it could be me. I moved an 800-pound cast iron wood-burning stove about 3 hours ago with one other guy. Nice, dude. Nice. We are. All right. So there you go. Mr. Andrew Vasquez. Lovely cards here. I have a very unusual job. This is an unusual job. Android. I'm like, part of the job is card shop, part of the job is entertainer, part of the job is like gambling on the Pokemon card market. So it's a combination of all those things. And definitely a weird job. Let's see. Andrew Vasquez, new bag? He says, I do have a bag. I didn't see it in here. Maybe you're in a different box. Give me a moment. What's the new star card? Hey, the new star card. We're going to let it be that Charizard, the one that's kind of stuck. So the Charizard's the new star card. I mean, basically, he has to be the new star card because the box topper's gone. So the box topper's gone. Then we hosted a break on a Tyranitar. That finished like instantly. And now we've started up a new, really strange Jumbo Mewtwo break right here. Ooh. How about that lovely thing? Okay, so that's Mewtwo. Nice. All these people saying AI can't replace me don't realize robots exist, LMAO. I think it could be a while. Yeah, I mean, I think it could be a while. They said that we'd have self-driving trucks soon. That's still not a thing, you know? So truck driving is still paying great amounts of money. It's getting closer. Here's Ruwa. You know, if you think about it, by the time they start implementing robots to do those jobs, a lot of those guys will then get a new job of working with the robot. You know, like card grading. Card grading probably has AI doing some of the work, but that doesn't mean there's no humans over, you know, watching over it. All right, next up, Ivan Rodriguez, drill the $5 My Little Pony slab. You got it. Okay, Mr. Ivan has directed me to drill Granny Smith. With pleasure. I haven't drilled a granny in a while. Even without robots, everyone in a business sense is replaceable. There's probably a lot of anxiety around it. We are. Okay. Goes right here. Even Ivan Rodriguez has limits. He says, I don't want that $5 card, but I want to see it dead. No more Granny Smith looking at me. It is. Look at this, Mr. TJ. This is actually a My Little Pony card. There you are. Very nice. Which I've graded and successfully sold. As funny as that sounds, I've been selling some Hello Kitty too. Sell all kinds of stuff. Okay, so that works for cleaning up this mess. A lot of plastic in this job. All right. That's a coffee. A what? My daughter would love it. Says, you got a daughter. I don't have any children. I have no children, Mr. TJ. Karis and I were trying for kids for like a year and a half. And then she got kind of nervous, like, why aren't we getting, you know, where's there no baby yet? So we went to a fertility clinic, and it turned out she has trouble getting pregnant. So we're doing IVF now, and the latest news, we're about to hit stage 2 of the process. We've got 12 healthy embryos. What do you think of that? It's pretty interesting. We'll say Ivan Rodriguez. $5. All right, so now we know what got drilled. Just like Vecna. Wow. Yeah. Vecna's Island. Yeah, I wanted Chris Hansen to defeat Vecna. What are you doing here? You said, do you like tentacles? What did you mean by that? All right. Yeah, I'll never get over that. Having kids is fun. Excited for you, broski. Yes, I must begin breeding. Just one. My wife wants more, and we are going through a similar situation. Haven't done the IVF. Yes. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I was getting nervous for a second. I was like, I hope there's nothing wrong with me. All right. Y'all doing all 12. You know, we could if I just had some volunteers. I'm just kidding. All right. Let's rotate this. Here's Sylveon. Begin the baby factory. Here's Pikachu. Here's time-space distortion. Here's Disney 100. Here's another Pipichu. All right. Ooh. I volunteer. I don't think it works like that, Mike's side. All right. It's impossible for me to get pregnant, so sorry. Oh, all right. You were at the top of my list, though. You know that, right? Here's Ethan's Typhlosion. Very good. You have Digimon packs. No Digimon packs. I'm sorry, bro. We used to have Digimon packs, but they actually sold so poorly that we gave up on Digimon. All right, guys. The queue is empty. We have nobody in the queue. There we are. Daytime stream was pretty wild. Yeah, daytime stream was busy. We had about 1.6 thousand in sales in the daytime stream. Might have been more than that. There it is. All right, look at that. We were busy bees in daytime stream. So that is the jumbo pack break. And here's Ethan's Typhlosion. Mr. When my Uyama Pikachu comes back from PSA, can we put them for sale on consignment? I'm open-minded to that. Yeah. All right, let's see. Ethan's Typhlosion. Typhlosion. 070. You might have given up on Digimon, but Digimon never gave up on you. I have ADHD, so I'm good anyways. Still have spots in the jumbo card break. Yes, the jumbo card break. There are spots in the jumbo slab break. This is a very lovely AR. I would expect that this AR does well over time. So this is a lovely AR, $60 on this one. Okay, I'll make them 65 to be a little mean to you guys because I like them so much. Okay, Ethan's Typhlosion. This poor guy only got a 9.5. I'm 43. I have 2 daughters. One is 17. The other is 13. They're very good girls who help with the house, cleaning, cooking, and they do their homework without being told. Dude, that's awesome. It's nice, man. There we go. All right. Here's a sticker. I think one of the reasons my family was kind of a difficult family is because the kids in the family were all kind of nutso too. We were like bouncing off the walls. We were fighters or something. Everybody fought all the time. I don't know what it is. We fought like crazy, man. There was so much fighting. Of course, that all might have just been like trickled down stress from my parents. That might have been what it was. But yeah, we were fighting. Everyone wanted control of each other. There it is. You wanted to win all the time, you know. So that'll be about a 40. Oh yeah. But maybe a lot of that occurs also because there's not enough resources. So it's like you get like Pizza Hut or something. You do like order out Pizza Hut. There's not enough pizza for everybody. You just get this sense that it's me versus everyone else, you know. So I think everyone kind of understood that. There's never enough to go around, and so you better be ready to fight for what you want. You leaning more to one or two, boy or girl? You know, I'm one of those typical guys that probably would prefer boy. It's not that girls are bad. It's just that, you know, boys are going to carry on your last name or some stuff like that. Is that antiquated? I think that's a bit antiquated, but I don't know. It's still in the back of my mind. But, you know, one or two is very easy to manage. I think ultimately, if I was very wealthy one day, I would love to use that wealth to have a whole bunch of children. And it is, once again, that weird, strange concept that it's not really about the family sense of it, more about, it's like DNA replication or something. It's hard to describe. It's very similar to wealth, that, you know, like resource acquisition is like a part of your brain. It's not because I'm wanting 11 relationships or 12 relationships with children. You know, it's more like, how many of these can I make before I die? You know, it's a feeling like that, actually. Which is an interesting feeling, and if I have it, other people must also have it. So it's a real feeling. How many of these can I make before I'm dead? And I think you see that with some of these old actors, like the one guy, Al Pacino. Didn't he have a kid at like 80? 80? So, you know, if I have children in an older age or something, I'm okay with that. But it might not happen, and I might just have one kid or two kids, and that's it, you know. If I have any kids, we don't even know. We don't even know. We're trying this IVF stuff. I used to think like that, but when you realize that when you're dead, it doesn't matter if the kids are boys or girls. Yeah, I know what you mean, man. Yeah, I think you know, the perfect number is like a boy and a girl, right? That's easy. And then maybe you have a third kid and it's either another boy or it's another girl. Doesn't really matter. As far as the family, I think you might have us all killed financially minus the Tom and Trina kids. That's hard to compete with. Yeah, they're you mean like from like a business perspective, right? Yeah, Tom and Trina, they I still remember walking into their home one time and they had like these thick stairs that went upstairs and it went, I think there was like a left stairway and a right stairway and there was like a whole upper area and then you looked down into the family room and they had like a big screen in a time period where there were no big screens. You had to have like this gigantic TV with like a huge, it was a tube TV, but it was a big screen tube TV. And they weighed like 1,000 pounds. And I still remember that as a kid because I was so shocked by it. It was like opulent almost. Not quite, but almost. And I never forgot that because, again, we would visit them from our home, right? We'd drive out of our tiny little home where we were all, you know, my brothers and I would cram into a bedroom, the five of us. And so you'd go to Tom and Trina's and they'd be like, this is the guest room. I'm like, guest room? What's a guest room? I couldn't even conceive that idea as a kid that your home's big enough that there's a spare room just for people to visit. But they had a couple spare rooms. It was like, what the fuck? You know? Yeah, they bought the house next door and bulldozed the house you're talking about. What? They bulldozed a home? Wow. Yeah, I don't know, man. Are we going forward with naming the kid Charizard? Maybe. I might let you guys name the kid. I think that would be really funny, actually. I think you guys would pick something like Charizard. Here we are. All right. Law never had that either. The house was so white. You mean like the color white or like for white people? This. Okay. They bulldozed a house. Yeah, you got to have some money laying around to do that. Here we are. Very nice. Money's an interesting thing, Mr. TJ, because I feel like the more of it you have, the harder it is to be separated from it in a certain way. Like, I bet you Tom and Trina sort of suffer from a thing where they have so much money that you can't think of them without thinking about money. And it's like they're individuals too, right? All right, let's see what we got here. Yeah, that's very interesting. Poker Sylveon. Do I just crack this out, actually? Let's see. Did I say Sylveon? I meant Raikou. There's a point where it's like, people, I think, will treat you different. Oh, you're loaded. Let's see. Let's see. Karis and I came from absolute poverty. We were as poor as was possible. And life is looking much better for us today. In part because of all of your guys' generosity. But I certainly had time periods where I really grinded for it. I really, really worked for it. Especially even way before YouTube, when I was trying to just get enough money to pay rent. All right. My mom always on their doorstep begging for more. Uncle Mark, too. Wow. So Uncle Mark, I never really met him. I only knew him as a child. I don't know much about who he is. But he had two daughters. Uncle Mark did. How did they turn out? Here we are. Come on, Uncle Tom, help us out. You got money? Oh, no, dude. There we are. I love it, man. How is your mother doing? Do you have a strong relationship with her? Yes. Did you have a younger sister? I think you did. There you go. Here we are. Ugh. There we go. All right. Baby name break. That's what I'm saying. We'll have a break and you guys can name the baby Umbreon or Charizard or something. I like him too. Stepdaughters, Jessica and Ashley, love them both. Also Reese, whom you may not remember, not met, all doing well. So Reese, was that your younger sister? Stepdaughters. She passed in 2015-ish. You know, I wasn't sure about that because I remember meeting her when she was in the hospital. I'm sorry to hear that, man. You are? I remember she was in the hospital and my mom was actually worried about her. She made it sound like it wasn't a good situation. All right, let's go ahead and snip this. That was a long time ago. That was before I left home. So I don't know what came of her later, but she already had some health complications when I was a kid. So I'm sorry to hear that. So you're kind of out on your own too a little bit. Although I'm more out on my own by my own choice. There you go. Reese is Uncle Mark's. Oh, okay. He drops 10,000. So I have a biological cousin named Reese who I've never met. You are? Ooh. That's it, guys. If I die of a heart attack, it's all going to Reese. We are? All right. Reese will be like, what the fuck? My sister's older, Vanessa. She was born in 83. I have step family too. Okay, I vaguely remember Vanessa as well. I remember she was like in an age group that was above me, so I didn't get to hang out. There we go. Yeah, I mean, I was a perceptive little kid. When I was a kid, I would be told by my mom that I understood things too well. My mom told me that I thought like an adult. I remember this. And I remember meeting you, and I remember meeting Vanessa. And I remember feeling like Vanessa was more mature and grown up than she should be for her age. I remember feeling that way as a kid. All right. Off to PSA. Very good. All right. Very good. Let's grab. Yeah, I'd pick up on adult conversations and try to comment on it, and I'd be in trouble for it. They'd be like, you're not supposed to know what we're talking about. Here's trade, here's Bob, here's the electric latinum break. Here's the heartbreak. We're looking at the breaks here, guys. Here's the mega break. Here's the Sarah giveaway, which is really nice. Here's the pack split. I believe there's one person in here. We need 4 more people. And we have the new bounty. If you guys missed the bounty, if you're just coming back, here it is. The bounty is these 2 beautiful, pristine poker cards from 2015. They're 10 years old. They are. Did I just miss a family reunion? Yeah, Mr. Legendary Pest Control is a long-lost cousin. And so I'm asking him like 20 questions here. There are. I don't get to ask a lot of questions very often. Here we go. Okay. All right. So there's the trade slab. Look at all this, guys. Beautiful stuff. Those are the breaks ahead of us and that large Mewtwo as well. I really think the breaks offer a lot of value. They allow you to acquire things you normally wouldn't have a booster pack to open. Like, look, that's not in a booster pack. Neither is this. I mean, you can go buy the, what is it called? The Magic Lair or whatever. And then this cute little Slitherwing, that's a Shinji Kanda 10. And you can just trade cards to it. You don't even have to spend money on it. This guy's the big break, and this guy's the mega break. So he'll take forever. I haven't seen him since Blake and Jacob were like 10 and 12. Does he get the family discount? Well, I wouldn't ask. I would pay. Jump on Astro Radiance. The family discount. We are cousins. WTF, I'm surprised that Raucous Zapdos is still available. He's 2 out of 4, so there's 2 spots remaining. All right, let me hit refresh here. We got an empty queue. That means there's no wait time. How you guys doing? Happy Friday night, by the way, guys. It's 6:21 on January 2nd, Friday night. Busy day for me. And I'm recovering from like a horrible migraine. I took a painkiller just before we went live. I think it's working. Let's see. Sam for Aunt Katie and Maddie. Put that up there. So, Mr. TJ, I remember when you first joined the stream, you mentioned that there was maybe some falling out between the aunts and uncles. Is that a real thing? Are you saying like there's people fighting with each other? And what is that all about? You are? Okay. I know from speaking to my grandparents like 2 years ago that there was like a divorce on my dad's side. We'll hit refresh on this. I'm very tempted by SpongeBob break, but can't afford to lose $40 yet until I get my holiday pay. The whole family fell apart. Okay, so you're saying that people don't hang out with each other anymore. That's what you mean by that. They got in fights with each other. Let's see. This guy wants to see the back of a slab. The word painkiller doesn't mean Tylenol or ibuprofen. Oh, are you saying because they don't do the job of killing pain or something? So I'm curious how that happened. How did the family fall apart? Was there specific fights between people? We are. Ooh. Here's Pokemon Go Dragonite. They're all siblings too, you know. It's so easy to fight with your siblings. Sounds like my family. My dad doesn't talk to any of his 6 brothers and sisters. You know, when I left home, there were no problems between, you know, as far as I can tell, there were no problems between any of the family members on that side. Tom and Trina really only talk to Alan and Carolyn. Jim and Katie talk now because family pictures that Tom has. Nobody really talks to Eileen after all that stuff came out. Yeah. I talk to my brother every week. He's my rock. Jim and Katie talk now because family pictures that Tom has. I don't know what you mean by that. Do you have any Burger Chew 10s, says Mr. Darren. Yes, I have one over here, but he's going to be a future break. We're going to hold on to him for a little while. All right. Let me go find Pokemon Go Dragon. I think we already did this, didn't we? We already found out his price was like 45 or something. Yeah, his price was like 45. Do we already have him up on the table? We are. Okay. All right. Let's see. Legendary Pest. What do you like to collect? I was going to say 9.5 Pokemon Go Dragonite promo. I don't talk to any of my family. Said it's sad because my kids don't know what it's like to have uncles and aunts or cousins or grandparents. Yeah, I guess it's just kind of a common, you know, not everybody has this issue, but it's not actually that uncommon to have some issues with family, apparently. All right, this shall be $35, surprisingly cheap. It's a really cheap price. I collect silver now. Okay, this is going to be $35. Good. All right. Okay, I'm going to hit refresh here. Katie's ex works with Jim, so they didn't talk for a while. Katie's ex talks with Jim. Well, I kind of remember this. So Aunt Katie had a husband named Jim who passed away, and then she remarried, and she lived in a house with 3 stories or something like that, right? Or 2 stories. And you could play like Sega up in the upper story, and it had a long driveway. And she was married to kind of a rough and tumble kind of guy. And you're saying they broke up. Do you have a PC of cards you never intend to sell? And are they all Pokemon? Great question, Mr. Too Uncommon. Yes, I have a personal collection of cards. It's pretty fancy. Hey, you want to see something, Mr. TJ? TJ hasn't seen this. Check this out, man. I got this guy. So I just read that the last sold on this Legendary Collection Charizard was $54,000 or something like that. I don't know if that's true or not. But so these 3 slabs, if the last sold is 54,000, they might be in the 50,000 range, at least above 35. So You're looking at probably about $100,000 of cards here. Look at that, just between these three right here. I think this is 100,000 probably. It's pretty cool, right? And then we got this one. He's probably like 50 as well. And let's see. How'd you get the PokeRef signature? It came that way. This one, which is about 60,000. So that's the last sold on this card is 60. I don't know the last sold. Does anyone know the last sold on Gold Star Charizard? This is one of my favorite cards. Love Gyarados. So that's like maybe 50 and 60. And these are maybe 50 each these days. So I'm not sure about that, by the way. Maybe 40. I don't know. So how much money is that? 120, 210 maybe, 270. So this is maybe 270 right here. It's a lot of money, isn't it? I just kind of keep it next to me while we stream. There we are. People like to see that, a little wow factor. Here's the deal, though. When I bought them, they really weren't worth that much. They went up in price over time, so I'm a lucky little bee over here. I dumped all my money in Pokemon. It was a long gamble, and it paid off in spades. It did very well for me. $1 million in my Dr. Evil voice. My favorite is Gyarados in the OG Game Boy game. Yeah, you didn't know your cousin's a millionaire, did you, pest? I don't know. I'm not a cash millionaire. I don't have $1 million in cash. There's a big difference between that and having a bunch of Pokemon cards. So I've got a bunch of Pokemon cards that maybe if I sold them could be worth $1 million. All right, and that's if I sold them. I don't even want to sell them. I like them. Javier Arroyo, what's up, Mr. 2 Live Customs? All right, you got it. 2 Live Customs, Mr. Javier. Oops. I took a lot of risk on those Pokemon cards, and I didn't sell them. I didn't panic sell them, because there was a time period where I think people were selling everything. I held on to them. Actually, I got a story about the Crystal Charizard. I bought him for 25, then he went down to 15,000, and I just kept holding him. And then he eventually went up to like 25 again, or whatever he last sold for. 1, 2. All right, so I've got a lot of Pokemon cards, which is a pretty risky asset. Here's Robska, and here's Reboot Pod. Sorry, man, no crazy round this time. Mr. would be the coolest cousin to have the coolest cards. That's the other thing I'm trying to stack is property. I met my wife in college, Mr. TJ. Her name is Karis, and she's a super big nerd. I met her in college. I worked really hard to get into college. I was very poor, and I took a lot of risks, and I made it into college. I met her there and immediately asked her out, and then we got married. We've been together 13 years. She's been a software engineer this whole time. We went to school for software engineering, and while I do this, she's off coding. So together we do all right, you know. That's I tell people that all the time. It's like you got to pick a partner. Try to pick a give yourself a shortcut and pick a good one. You know what I mean? You want to help yourself out. Try to pick a partner who's loves to make money, loves to work hard, and doesn't like to waste money. It's like you will not have money problems so much at that point. Oh, man, horrible headache. Oh, okay. 2 prismatics. If it's sounding like I got too good of a deal, guys, don't worry. I'm sure I'm still going to die tragically. It's going to be some bad thing. It's going to be like a heart attack at 50, or it's going to be like butt cancer or something like that. So don't get too jealous. If you hear me bragging a lot, don't feel jealous of me. I feel like I'm going to die tragically. It's not going to be a happy ending. I've got a feeling of it. How much has Quip contributed to the collection? That's a great question. $0. She didn't spend $1 on Pokemon cards. All the cards you see were paid for with cards. That were, so it's this process. I sell some cards, I do some grading, I compete to buy what I think is doing well or what's going to change in price. And then it goes up. Like the Evolving Skies, we're selling that at $55 a pack. We sell that off, I buy another card. So it's like a wheel, that just keeps turning. All right, 1 spot in the jumbo card. You got it, man. With store credit, I have a section. You got it, Mr. Javier. There it is. Ship me out before that happens. Yeah, I just have this nasty feeling like I'm going to get unlucky again. Maybe it's because I've already been unlucky. I was not lucky. My childhood was not lucky. Now I'm in a time period close to my 40s where I'm kind of in a lucky situation. I feel like it's going to go back to unlucky. So I don't have this, I do not have a confident feeling in the quality of my life. I feel like it's just a little eye of the storm situation. Here we are. Ooh. All right. So let's see. Into the jumbo pack break, jumbo slab break. There's 3 out of 7 people in there. Do you insure your cards? We do a lot. We are. Yeah, we have a whole bunch of security. Just remember, you can never die from your own point of view. The robot's going to take Mister out. Yeah, something. We do an enormous amount of security on our home. Here we are. Insurance it's a tricky thing because you can only insure so much, and you can only insure it against so many issues. There we go. So some of it does just come down to luck. It's like when Mr. CS Man was being told, you know, well, we got to ship your items, and shipping companies won't even insure collectibles that high during shipping. Like they have a cutoff point. They don't want it. Here we are. Okay. Ooh, Psyduck. That's a good one, man. You picked up a really nice AR out of your Mega Dream. Lucky. Like your big cards, do you have insurance on them? So I have a limited amount of insurance on certain chunks of my collection. That's how it works. Here it is. All right. And Buddy Poffin, Glaceon. Okay. I get the same vibes ever since I was a kid. Like you're fated to have a bad ending. All right. Maybe it's just a nervous feeling. You never know. Here's Ogerpon. Here's Servulege. Ooh. There's like 1,000 different Pokemon now, Mr. TJ. I gotta like memorize all their names. It's ridiculous. Okay, set that there. Let's grab your box. Here it. All right, very good. Hey, what's up, Mr. Javiet? If you guys are looking to place your first-time order, we're giving away this stamped Team Rockets Moltres. Place a first-time order and you can collect this card for free. Do they cover the value you put on them, or is it based on the market? I could talk about insurance maybe in like an insurance video. I called it quits at OG 151 for me. Yeah, a lot of people like the original 151 Pokemon, but Gen 2 is still really fun. Gen 3's popular with a lot of collectors. After that point, it gets a little iffier, maybe. Gen 4's Diamond Pearl. Here's this Voltorb, which has managed to stay up here forever. Don't know how he does that. We have a little break running. Don't know if you guys caught this, but here's a little one-piece break. It's up to 1 out of 4. Only $15 to get in there. I just opened a Phantasmal UPC while watching TCC and missing the bird promo card. Pokemon owes me a card. Oh, no, dude. That's not good. This guy has a question. He says, hi, I ordered 5. I only got 3. Ooh, okay. Let me contact this guy. Give me a second. All right, so this guy's saying he ordered 5 of the Beckett displays and he only got 3 of the Beckett displays. So let's try and find out how to ship to this guy. His name is Mr. Camjal. All right, guys. Let's see. I bought a ton of stuff for my nephews. I had no clue if it was any good. Cards and stuff, huh? We're going to head over to shipping labels. Okay. Here he is. Actions. get another label. We're going to say that this is lighter than that. Okay. All right, and we're going to hit print. So Miss Alexis is probably going to be here any minute now. I'm probably going to run this downstairs. Okay, let's see what this is. Okay, I just printed the label and we'll rush it to her. She's heading over to do Friday shipping right now. So it should be out Saturday morning. All right, guys, let me get this label out there. For some reason, I knew it was a cash grab, and it definitely was. I hated when Pokemon expanded past 151 back in 1999, so much so that I've never seen the second Pokemon movie, just the first one in theaters when I got my Ancient Mew. Ugh. You like the Ancient Mew? I got one of those. All right, so this shall say to BGS. All right, guys, give me a moment. Let me throw this with the other shipments downstairs. I'll be right back. All right. I had to run up and down the stairs 2 times there. Whew. I'm back. All right. Whew. Out of breath there. Let's see. Feeling terrible, man. Here's Charizard. Charizard box topper. No sparkle. Here's Dark Charizard. SV49. No rarity symbol 5. No rarity symbol 3. Dark Charizard 10 with the swirl. This one doesn't have a swirl. Be the very best, Jason Page. That guy sings the Pokemon song. 151. Here's Charizard First Edition Gym. Dark Charizard First Edition English. Base 10 Charizard Japanese. Base 10 Charizard Japanese. Burning Shadows 10. Louis keeps trying to get it from me. There's a Pikachu. He doesn't really belong in the box. Oh, mister, if you saw, last sold a Gold Star Zard was $58,000. Wow. That's crazy, man. Here's that Crystal Charizard. I originally bought him. Oh, it says for $21,000. And then instead of going up in price, he went down to $15,000. And I was like, oh, God, dude. I'm down so bad. I was like, oh, well. So I held him. Now he's like back up to 30. Neo Charizard. I bought that for just $5,000. What a lucky purchase. The Neo Collection. Held on to this from a really long time ago. Expedition Zard. Okay. Ooh, what is this? This guy looks like he's getting ready to be sold. Why do we have an 8? He doesn't belong in there. Where did that come from? An 8? Here's Blaine's Charizard 10. So wait, do I have 2 of the SV49s? Ooh. Here's the original base set Zard. He's a 6. Ah, I'm so dumb. I never should have bought the 6. I should have saved up and bought a 9. I just called it a day. But I kept the 6 and just stuck with it. He's up in value. It's just I could have gotten a 9 and I didn't. And I just never got into it. And then I got 2 of these really rare Diamond Pearl era level X Supreme Victor Zards. Pretty cool. You can see I paid $3,500 for this one. That's still a lot of money, but nothing like what it's worth today. Today, this Charizard's probably like, I don't know. I actually don't know what it's worth. Let's go see what one's for sale for. Okay, let me close this and close this. Ooh, the battery's down on my iPad. So, do you like Charizard? Hey, mister, you like Zard? Hey, mister. You like Charizard? All right. Yeah, so he's about $10,000 right now. That's not bad if he's really worth that much, but I don't know if he is. But that would suggest he's worth almost triple what I originally paid for him. That's not bad. What about I couldn't pay that? I have no clue the market. This one's probably like $10,000 these days. I don't know what this guy is. SV49? What do you think SV49 is going for? Okay, SV49. 1.2 thousand. That's not bad. He's a cool card. 1.2. Okay. We got these 2 lovely guys. I don't know what Blaine's Charizard's doing anymore. I think I'm just trying to keep this with the other metal card. Silver can't beat a 300% gain. Well, I think to beat it, silver would have to go up itself 300%. But yeah, I mean, there was a point where you could buy silver and then it doubled in price right afterwards. Wow, really proud of these. These are cool, man. These are recent. These are from 2021. So these are modern cards. But look at how the time goes by. They don't feel modern anymore. They already feel out of print, don't they? And increasingly, they feel out of reach financially. Look at that. It says I paid $0 for this one. Whew. Okay, cool. All right, that's the Charizard box. What do you think this brick costs? What do you think this brick of cards is worth? That's got to be some stupid amount of money right there. Let's see. I went back into Pokemon when TCC did. I wish I had spent my money on Pokemon rather than buying 3 properties. The ROI in Pokemon would have been better than properties. Yes, that is correct. We have some properties and they've gone up a little bit too, but it's just a little bit. And really you have to pay a mortgage on them and you have to manage them. Like they get old and they break, they get mold, they get woodpeckers. You got to like rent them or else you're not being efficient. It's a lot of work. These just sat in a box and tripled. Like, damn, dude. All right. I'm lacking, though. I only have 100 ounces. How long have you been collecting? How many PSAs do you have? How many PSAs do you have? A lot. Also, managing Pokemon cards is a lot more easy than managing properties. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. Managing Pokemons. So it is Friday, guys. What fun thing should we be doing for Friday that we're not doing, huh? Let's see. Let's move this over here. Alexis was already over here, by the way. She's down there shipping, so she's doing great. All my slabs say bought for 0. Then there's a ski mask and a gun written next to the 0. Let's see. Here's Javier Arroyo. He wants 2 prismatic, 2 Mega Dream, 1 Life custom. You got it. Thank you, Mr. Javier. This stream brought to you by Javier. 1, 2. 2 Mega Dreams. Mega Dreams. I have a Mega Dream. Okay. A one live costume. This has one person in it. It needs 3 more. It's $15 to get in there. All right. Finally made Mr. laugh. Yeah. There's a lot of Pokemon card thefts at Pokemon card shops these days. We take that very seriously. There we go. All right. What do we got? Here's Tusk Guy. All right. Yeah, it's a scary world out there, man. I don't know why people want to get into stealing Pokemon cards when really all they have to do is open up a Leering Center. Bada bing, bada boom. You got millions of dollars now. You're one Leering Center away from being a millionaire. What are you doing with your life? Working hard? Loser. Should have opened a Leering Center. It is? All right. That bank robbery in Germany, though, epic. I saw that with the big hole drilled through the wall. Holy, dude. Litleo, Dunsparce, Roaring Moon. We've got Larry, Dreepy, Archulodon. And here we go. Rayquaza. Ho, there you go, Mr. Javier. Picking up the Alt Art Electros. Nice, dude. Congratulations. Well deserved. Oh, look at that. Picking up the Outlaw at the same time. Nice, dude. Yeah, you've been going deep for a while. You're due for something to be pulled, man. Alt Art Electros. Cool, man. Safe deposit boxes sitting on wooden shelves. Someone had inside info. Ooh, really? Yeah. Let's toss this. All right. Ooh. Okay. We'll put this in here. Fresh bag, Mr. Javier. Congratulations, man. Who else is going to pull something hot today? Okay. Very nice. If you guys are looking for vintage, we have a break going on with the vintage tops. And guess what? It's high quality. There's no stickiness in here. So you have a chance for the holographic Charizard, but you have a chance for so much more. There's the 3 starters, right? Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, but there's also the middle evolutions, Wartortle, Ivysaur, and this fantastic looking Charmeleon. Dragonite's in here. There's a holographic Dragonite full art that you can pull. This is such a profitable set to open. That's why Diane Bailey opened so much of it. And now we're on a fresh box of it, and we don't know what's going to come out of there. Let me show you how many packs left in this box. It's such a good box. Ready? I could open every one of these packs myself. No reason to sell them even. Look at that. See? Plenty of packs left. It's a good set. You might have seen you might have seen Diane pull a Charizard the other day. That was from the previous box. This is a new box. Okay? Really, really nice. Okay. Thank you so much, Javier, keeping us busy. Bounty spot for Javier. Yeah, that's right. Bountying it up. All right. Let's see. Javier Arroyo. There it is. How much? So this is called a break, Mr. TJ. The way it works, there's 5 cards in the booster pack. It's a booster pack from the year 2000. Actually, it's from Pokemon the first movie. You might have seen this. And in those booster packs will be 4 non-holos, which they're okay. You can grade them and they might be profitable. And then there's 1 holographic card, which would be very good, especially if it grades 10. Could be worth hundreds of dollars. If it's Charizard, could be a $1,000 card easily. But it has to be graded, of course. And this is called a pack split where 5 people buy in at $25 per spot. Each person gets 1 card. Hopefully, you get the holo. So your odds are 1 in 5. See how what we're talking about? So it's kind of like, you're coming here to do some RNG kind of products. It is. It's like the Poke Casino, basically. But it's like a kid's card game. Isn't that wild? I don't just say. So this goes into the bounty. Congratulations. Oh, you're already in there. How much is a pack of that? Oh, how much for a whole booster pack? I think I was actually just about to adjust it because I was thinking about how this box is probably more expensive. Give me a second here. Yeah, so this will change. So this will be $125 for a pack. I'm going to go look up the price to acquire a new box of this real fast and see if that's changed at all. Because last time we checked, I did not want to buy a box. That's what I remember. You can buy all 5 spots. Well, 1 spot is missing, but yeah, you can buy 5 spots. We would just go get you a booster pack. All right, so I think the problem was I was debating on whether to buy another box of that or whether to get an American box rather than the Canadian box. Let's see. How about this one? So how much is this really truly costing? Let me move this around. Divided by 36. That's a cool box. Let's see. I might try this. I might send this over. We just did a really big order today. I'm gonna send this over. So I'm buying another Topps box right now, but it's a different different series. It's not the Topps first movie series. So the one I just acquired, this is going to be the one with the Gengar in it. Gengar's fun. We haven't opened that in a while. Okay, let me see this real fast. All right. Cool. We're going to jump back over here to Mr. Gabriel. He says, pack split, 2 spots. You got it, Mr. Gabriel. So that means the pack split, I believe, is up to 3. Sweet. All right. Good. Yes, so the pack split is up to 3 now. 2 spots for Mr. Gabriel. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I see we're at 28 likes. Take a second and smash that like button. The one that has the Gengar in it is Series 3, ain't it? I believe it's Series 2. I'm trying to remember what else was really special about that box. Slowpoke's in there. Oh, yeah. No, there's cool stuff in the box. There's the transparent cards, which includes transparent Charizard, transparent Mewtwo, transparent Charmander, transparent Pikachu, and transparent Squirtle. So there's 5 transparent cards in the set, and those are really neat. All right. Gengar's also really neat. Some really cool sticker cards in there, too. So I'll close these out. All right. Okay. It's officially 6:55. Let's go ahead and press up some more slabs. Some more slabby patties. So here is Pokemon Go Japanese Dragonite. Ah, man. This Destined Rival Zapdos. He feels like a card that should be just regraded entirely. Let's go look them up. There's die-cut cards. Yeah, it has die-cut cards. But, you know, Topps first movie also has die-cut cards. But I guess Series 2 will have different ones, won't it? It'll be fun. So we're going to say here 9.5 Zapdos stamp. Oh, wow. They want 133 for the 9, or for the 9.5 anyways. All right. That's good. I have $0, says Edward. Don't tell me that. Edward, You gotta get back on OnlyFans, man. Start shaking them cheeks. There you are. Wouldn't that be nice if all you had to do was show how hot you were on the internet and people just threw money at you? Wouldn't that be amazing? That's some people's life. They just look good, and that makes money for them. How about that? I was looking at your site. Notice a problem. When you type letters in the search bar, nothing appears. No text, but it still works. I need to... I'm going to mention this to Karis about the website because we need to get that search bar corrected as well. The website. It is? All right, lovely. Search bar is fixed. Oh, I'm sorry. I might not have noticed that. Wait, let me go. I'm so sorry. I might not have checked that. Wait, Tammy says it's fixed. All right, let me test it out. So, cancel this. Ah, yes, there's the search bar. So there it is. It's open now. And we're going to say OP13. I see what he's saying. What's going on is the search bar doesn't shrink down. So it's actually open right now. The search bar does not shrink down. Let's type in... I want to type in Tammylicious, but I know that won't return anything. Let's type in EV search. Oops. I still had stuff from earlier. Yeah, it's a very messy search bar. I can't erase things. Okay, let me describe this to Karis. So basically, there's still a problem with the search bar on mobile phone, where if you type in the name of something, then what you're typing doesn't show up in the search bar, and it appears like you can't even backspace after you've typed it in. So it's still kind of bugged. It needs to be worked on. All right, so I'll tell Karis that as well. Waiting to get paid so I can make my first time purchase. Nice. Some old PSA 10s have cards with whitening on them. I put in Azure Lane. It's just too wide. I can make it smaller. What? There it is. Smaller is not better, Tammy. There you go. All right. Look at this beautiful Yoshi card from 2015. Isn't this awesome? Take a look at that. That look nice. All right. Sent in for a website order. Nice. Okay. What's going to be next? Let me see. Here's an NHCC pack split spot. Here you go, NHCC. Depends on the size of her heart. Sometimes smaller is better. Short kings. What? All right. There we go. All right. Okay. We're hitting refresh over here. NHCC, what's up? Some old PSA 10s, doing well. It's just too wide. So here is Mr. Austin. He says, 1 live custom, 5 pokey shuffles. Okay, you got it. You got it. Lovely. Ooh. What is this pack split for the OP pack? You're basically in a break for 1 pack of One Piece. This is English Awakening of the New Era One Piece. $15, 1 in 4 odds. It's a really small break. The pack that means is $60. It's expensive these days. This one comes straight out of a sealed case that I opened live in front of the camera. So far, nothing has been pulled out of that case. Pretty good. Tempting, you might say. Here we go. Ooh, 1 cold card coming out of those live customs. Sorry about that. Let's try this pokey shuffle. Ain't it done, mister? That's 4, no? Is it 4? Oh, let me double check it. Okay, it might be 4. You're saying that was the 4th spot in the OP5? Let me check it. I didn't think it was done. Hold on, let's do this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, Albert Austin, just bad luck this time. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. What's it for? I think it's 3, isn't it? Ah, it's 2. So it's you and Mr. Zach. There it is. Catering and pop-up, less overhead, more profits, unbeatable prices. I finally was able to quit my job and started my business 4 months ago. Catering and pop-up. Catering. So you mean sort of like food truck? Is that what you mean? LA street tacos brought to Dallas, Texas. Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, I talk about this out here in Lake of the Ozarks. There was like a shortage of restaurants to eat at. And there's this Japanese steakhouse food truck that I think they like bought rights to a parking lot of a like closed business. And they parked out there in that parking lot, and they just get like a line of customers constantly. So they're doing big business out here in Lake of the Ozarks because there were no Asian food options out here. We're in Camdenton, Missouri, and there's no Asian food options. Yes, it's the ghost of Anthony 49. This is the ghost of Anthony 49, is it really? What's up, Anthony? How's it going, man? How's life? I'm glad to hear. It sounds like things are going well. It's me. I've been doing all Pokemon conventions. Oh, I see. So you do 2 things. You're saying you do Pokemon and you do food. Is that what you're saying? Very cool, man. The ghost of Anthony returns. All right. Well, I'm glad you stopped by and said hi, man. All right. Let's see. We got a nice empty queue. 2 spots left in that OP5 break. And maybe we need to pick a new gym challenge. Would you guys like a new not gym challenge, new gym break? Wow. How about this Yoshi? I wonder if people would consider this Yoshi for a gym break. He's an interesting little card, isn't he? It is. All right. What would it be, like 37 each? There it is. With an exclamation mark. We have an unusual break here. So Debbie, thanks for joining, man. I really appreciate it. So there's a spare gym break. We got 2 gym breaks here. One Piece and Mario Poker. I sell tacos at the Pokemon convention, and it's been going good, mister. Thank you for the advice you've given me. Wow, cool, man. That is so cool, guys. So now you're catering Pokemon card conventions, and you know what's cool about that, Anthony, is now you have knowledge and experience around doing that kind of work that other people don't have. And that's exactly what you got to do as a business, is try to learn things that other people don't know how to do. The other thing you're going to get better at, you can build up a brand so that people recognize you each time they buy. They go, oh, I know this guy. And over time, if you're doing good work, they're going to appreciate that brand. And then also you can invest in sort of like a tool that makes your business more efficient than other businesses. So when you think about like, what's a pizza place really? It's a group of people making pizza. But what it really, deeper down, what it really is, it's a brand. So people go, I want to eat at Tony Pepperoni. And then it's a pizza oven. So Mr. Tony, who owns Tony Pepperoni, he bought this expensive tool. It's called a pizza oven. And they cost whatever, like $20,000. And he makes better pizza than you make at home because he owns a pizza oven and you don't, because he needed $20,000 to buy that pizza oven. So a lot of businesses do that. They buy equipment that no one else bothers owning. For a grading company, that can be like an encapsulation machine. It could be a label printer. It can be a forensic imaging machine. And because they own it and the average consumer doesn't, they can offer a special kind of work that you couldn't do at home. So a lot of businesses are about that: brand, passion, and owning assets, that is tools in the business that allow you to do a kind of efficient work no one else can do. So I guess that would be, if you're having some success, that's your next move, is what can I own that sets me apart? What kind of tool can I own? And what do I want my brand to look like that will make people go, oh yeah, I like that brand. 58 months. Javier's been here for a really long time. What does that translate into? Damn, dude. Almost 5 years. Wow. He's 2 months away from 5 years. So does that mean we have to like kiss at some point? What are the rules on that? I got to go, amigo. See you later, Mr. TJ. Have a nice night. Tony Pepperoni is a fire name. There are a ton of new great looking quarter they have minted in the last year or so. I'm waiting for CS Men to see my real life blue gem karambit. I sell tacos. Okay, so what is next? Yeah, the other thing as a business, you got to stay on top of the trends too. Like, you got to know what's the new thing that everybody's doing that consumers really like. So what is the consumer trend for food? You know, Javier Arroyo, you need a secret recipe for your flavors too. 2 minutes ago, Javier Arroyo won live 5 holo shuffles. The holo shuffles and the live customs, both pretty popular. Okay. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, and 1. All right. What do we got here? Dust Noir. Ooh. Just be careful. If you have success, the government's going to come after you and say, give us all your money. And then you can be the one paying for the Leering Center. At least the money doesn't go to waste. All right. 5 of these. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good luck. All right. What do we have here? Oh, 5 cold ones. Wow, that's some tough luck in the live customs and the Poke Shuffles. I think it's time to put a fresh Poke Shuffle in there. Sorry about that, Mr. Javier. Let's grab your bag. Opening up your own business is, I read this, it's the fastest way to become a millionaire of all the different methods. Number one fastest way to become a millionaire is to open a business. That's because a business really is just sales. That's all it is. So you find a product to sell, and the faster and the more of that product you can sell, the faster you can become a millionaire. So like if you're making a product that makes $1 each, and you sell that product 1 million times, you're a millionaire now. That's what it's all about. And our grandparents and our great-grandparents were all into that. Something about young people, I think we're looking for jobs. We're not looking to be business owners. I think it's sort of like anxiety. And because the education system doesn't really push you to become a business owner, like they don't sit you down and say, hey, listen, you need to go open up an oil rig or like a mining rig or a tree farm or, you know, a cornfield. They don't tell you any of that stuff. And I don't think schools are really meant to do that. People who fund the school don't care for that. They're like, we don't want competitors. We just want workers. And so, yeah, if you want to become a millionaire, finding some way to get into the thing you're passionate about and start selling a product is a very fast way to become wealthy. The second best way to become wealthy is to be an executive worker for a successful business. So number one, start a business. Number two, be an executive officer for a business. And the number three is to be a doctor, lawyer, or engineer. Those three will make you a lot of money as well. Doctor, lawyer, engineer, maybe accountant. That is the pathway, guys. All right, but it's a tricky thing because everyone can't be a business owner. And so don't stress yourself out if you decide that's not for you, you know. If you can get yourself making $70,000 a year in some sort of decent job that you're happy with, you can just live your whole life that way and manage your finances properly. You'll be just fine. You'll be just fine. I'm just saying, if you're an ambitious type, you know, if you like the hustle, if you're very passionate, if you have big goals, then you got to start thinking about what can I get into selling? What can I get into producing? You know, because if you reach that point in life, you're going to get fantastically wealthy. Let's see. 3rd time's the charm, says Mr. Albert. Oh, I'm sorry, said Mr. Javier. I'm out, or I would Javier. Mr. I sent for the Yoshi, says Kevin Maldonado. All right, Mr. Kevin. Kevin's in for the Yoshi break. The Yoshi break is a 2-person break. Just you and Kevin. Okay. Good luck in there, Kevin. Very nice. I think it's fun to think about what like future businesses there are going to be. Definitely stuff with robots, right? Robots, AI and robots. Those would be some future trends. But, people are starting up a lot of like dirty jobs with like maybe like power washing homes. I saw a woman who became a millionaire. I was reading this article, guys. She got herself a big truck and trailer and hired a couple muscular dudes, right? Her job is you pay her like a couple $1,000 and she just decks your house out on the outside with decorations. So Halloween comes around, she'll put like 100 pumpkins all over your yard. She does 100% is done for you. You don't have to lift a finger. You just pay the money. And so she decks out homes, nice looking homes with super really well planned out like decorations. And she's paid so well for that. She became a millionaire like instantly. It took her like 1 year to become a millionaire doing that, because people want their house to look nice, but they don't want to have to decorate it themselves. And so there's actually people in the middle class or upper middle class who are willing to pay a lot of money for that service. And there's not a lot of companies providing that service. So that's an interesting one, because people need lighting for like Christmas. So it's Christmas, you got Thanksgiving, you got 4th of July, you got Halloween. You could be a decorations company, build a clientele and say, on Halloween, it'll cost $1,000. We'll spend $700 of that on expenses and pocket $300 or something like that. You get 100 clients like that, and you're just rotating through the holidays. It could be a lot of money. And she's really just transporting pumpkins, isn't she? And I saw the design. She had like this sort of like symmetrical design where she gets all these different pumpkins and lays them out, and it's just really cool. But that made the search bar smaller. Test now, says Tammy. It's Professor Tammy. Ah, yes, Miss Tammy. Here we are. Tammy, let's give it a try, shall we? I was talking about a business I had heard about that I thought was really interesting. All right. Clicking on the search bar. Tammy. All right, in this case, it didn't work for me. Let me try closing the website, though, and opening it back up. Okay, this one's going to say Evie. Almost. It still needs to be shortened. Yeah, actually, I saw some of the word pop up, but some of it's still hidden off stream. Mr. I said for both spots on the Yoshi. Oh, very clever. So you said, wait a second, why am I even, risking it as a break? This, use my $40 credit. Oh, my bad, dude. We're looking for Kevin's credit. He says, I'll take Yoshi. Yes, sir. Sorry about that. All right, Mr. Oh, very good. I think the new generations are looking for quick and easy ways of working, like being a social media influencer. They think that that's easy, but it's a lot harder than they think. True. I think a lot of people want a desk job in general. So they want to go sit down with the suit and tie and say, okay, I'm a desk job worker. Now, where's my $100,000 a year? Some of those jobs sound really enticing. Sit down, nice air-conditioned room, type on a computer in your pajamas. And those jobs do exist, by the way. They're real. But they're hyper-competitive, and you almost have to be a genius to do some of those jobs. So, the ones that actually exist and pay well, you're not going to get them conveniently. You have to be like... You have to know that you're like a rock star when it comes to like coding or something like that, basically. Because when you actually hit the school books and they're like, all right, let's see you solve this. And you're like, oh, shit, this is really complicated. It becomes clear. It's like, time to go work with pumpkins, bro. I'm going to go do pumpkins. And you'll be surprised how much some of those jobs pay anyways. So it's like you can work your ass off to be a super genius on a computer doing like coding and engineering, just to find out you're only paid slightly above what, a really skilled craftsman is being paid to do a much more comfortable job that gets you out in the fresh air and with the pumpkins and all that. So, it's surprising how many good jobs are out there if you go hunting for them. But they often involve something that makes them tricky in a way, the trades like plumbing he mentioned, that involves getting a little dirty. You gotta get down in the poopy pipes. But it's like at the end of the day, you could do that, or you can sit on a computer and you think you're on the computer with the suit and tie you think is so good. But ultimately, it's also sort of like your muscles are atrophying You're melting into your seat. You never see the sunlight. You know, there's trade-offs, and people don't appreciate that until they actually do those jobs, and they go, oh, this isn't so great. It's all work, ultimately. Like, it's not a mistake that they pay so much for those jobs. They have to. They have to pay a lot for those jobs. Whoa, Eric Rodriguez is waiting for another guy. $15 to get into that Fennekin. Jump in there for fun, guys. Fennekin's a fun one. We've got the Queen of Clubs. Try now, says Tammy. All right, you got it. Turn into a fupa. Yeah, you don't want a fupa, bro. Save all the tortas for me. Whoa, I think you did it, Tammy. Check this out. We're going to type in Mamma Mia. Search. Whoa, Mamma Mia. Mwah, Mamma Mia. Here, Tammy, let me put you in this giveaway since you're so nice to us and got that all cleared up. Appreciate that, Tammy. Tammy, how's your life going? Are things going well over there? Oh, yeah. Clean the table up. Yeah, clean the table. What? I ain't cleaning up no table. FedEx rewards. What the hell? Okay. Closing that. Here's this guy responding. He says, okay, thanks. I'm going to delete this. We don't need it anymore. We could work on that. Let's see what else. Let me hit refresh. Tammy, what's the latest set you've been opening? Tammy opened some Crown Zenith with us. You know, Crown Zenith, that's a really good one. I like that one. Let's see. Here's, oh man, this card graded 9.5. Man, that's sad. We're going to say Glory of Team Rocket. We're going to say Glory of Team Nido King. There we go. All right. Let me check sold, maybe. Okay, so one last sold for $75. So, but what if it was a 10? Okay. Tammy, tell me what's yummier, sugar cookies or chocolate chip cookies? Tell me why it's chocolate chip. I was going to say 126. All right, let's go with a... Now let's keep going down from here. All right, so we're going to price this bad boy up instead of cross-grading him. Choco, sugar doesn't give that satisfaction. Well, you haven't had my sugar cookies, Tammy, okay? They are. We put little sprinkles on them. That makes them better. We could do chocolate sprinkles. Ooh, I didn't even think of that. Chocolate sprinkles, huh? All right, there we go. We had sugar cookies for Christmas, as is tradition. Baby Metal has a song. It's called Give Me Chocolate. All right, very nice. Okay. Here's, oops, let me hit refresh on this. Thujipan coming in clean. Thujipan, my bestie. He says Japanese OP14. We should have a bunch of that. Let me go grab it. Chocolate Supremacy. Mister, I don't see Crown Zenith on the menu. Really? It would be under English Old, I think. All right. Grab a couple of these. Here you go, Mr. Thujipan. He's going deep. One whole box of OP14. Ah, I see it. Okay. Good old Crown Zenith. A lot of good supporting cards in that set. But the top pulls are those golden cards. Golden Giratina, Golden Arceus, and then Golden Dialga Palkia. Cool stuff. All right. Okay. Snipping this. Snipping these. I saw a news guy drink Coke with condensed milk daily. Coke with condensed milk. He lost his legs to diabetes. Oh my. That's tough, man. Here we are. Yeah, can't be doing that, I guess. All right. If you guys have been enjoying the stream tonight and you haven't subscribed yet, smash that subscribe button. YouTube will let you know when I've gone live. You know, our new goal, we have to hit 200,000 now, everybody. It sounds impossible, but it's really not. We hit 100,000, didn't we? So we're just, you know, we're re-upping. Yeah. We're in prestige mode now. It's all about hitting 200K at this point. Here's a holo. Here's a holo. If PokeRev can have a couple million subscribers, we can reach 200,000. So that's our new goal. Okay. Ooh, Jinbei. All right. Here's a holo. Here's a holo. Here's a holo. This is also a holo. Here's a girl, and she's like, konnichiwa. Here's a holo. Here's a holo. Here's this guy with the hat. It's 7:24. I would say it's wrapping up time. What do you guys think? So I apologize. We started this stream later. I was suffering from an extremely bad migraine and some kind of illness. I think it's a reaction to some. I was asking ChatGPT. I was like, "What's going on?" And I told it what I ate. I ate a ton of chicken for dinner yesterday. Then I ate boiled eggs for lunch, and then I ate a bunch of chicken after the morning time stream. And AI was like, "Maybe you ate too much protein." So apparently that's the thing. You can eat too much protein and not enough carbs. But it said the other thing is I could have a food intolerance to chicken. So I think something like that has just happened. I think I ate too much of the wrong food, and it made me sick. Here we are. I feel really low energy, and I like this terrible migraine. Ooh. So that's why we started later. I was just trying to recover. I was laying there. I was like in a bunch of pain. I was taking painkillers. I was like, I better take some painkillers so we can get started. So but we still managed to go live, and we had a little bit of fun tonight. A lot of talking, not as much crazy opening tonight maybe. But weirdly enough, we had a really busy morning time stream. If you guys haven't checked that out, we streamed in the morning. It was a vertical stream. And, man, we picked up like 16 subscribers. It was a really busy stream, actually. Here we are. All right. Very nice. Okay. 7:25's deep enough into 7 p.m. We're supposed to stop at 7, actually. We're supposed to start as early. We're supposed to start as early as 3 p.m., which would be ideal. 2 prismatics, 1 Crown Zenith for Tammy. What? That's so nice. All right. 1 pack for Tammy. You hear that, Tammy? Her new name, by the way, is Tammylicious. Like Fergalicious. All right, Tammylicious. Let's grab the donations list. Here it is. How are you? Do you have pain? Yeah, I do, actually. I have a horrible headache. But we have been on painkiller tonight, and it seems to be working somewhat, but I still feel it. All right. Javier Arroyo, 20-something dollars, right? It's like 21 or something. There it goes. Let's check out what he got you, Miss Tammy. Oh, my gosh, thank you. Tammy, she was really helpful with the website. Did you know that? She got all of the cards listed up, and she made a couple adjustments, too. So thank you to Tammy for that. And we got to thank Karis, too. She actually made the website, so she did a lot of work, too. Look at that, Rotom. Mike's side did a little bit right at the start. There we go. Here's Rotom. Here's the Leaf Energy. Ow, my eyes. All right, nothing too crazy in this round, but you know what? It's the thought that counts. There we go. You need to stream later on Friday nights for the boys. Friday nights are a great night to stream late, but you know what else happens on a Friday night? My wife is off work and she wants to have fun on a Friday night. So I'm going to be doing that. But I'll see you guys on Saturday, okay? So we'll have a Saturday stream, and I hope you guys will be there for it. I think we're just going to be doing a Saturday daytime stream, aren't we? Here it is. All right. This is for Javier. Website is awesome. Saturday will be dopey. It'll be dopey. Who's dopey? You're dopey. Yeah, I guess this streaming setup is kind of weak for Saturdays, isn't it? It'd be interesting if I could get a Saturday nighttime stream in, but I mean, that would be like 3 streams in one day. It's too many. So Saturday will have to be its own thing, and Friday will be a morning stream and an evening stream. All right, there we go. Thank you, Mr. Javier. Javier, keeping us busy. Is he on this list? I got to put Javier on here. I'll put you both on. So Tammy goes on, Javier goes on. Appreciate all the big orders. You know, Javier, he doesn't drop like $800 at a time. Some people do that. But you know what he does is he comes in and he orders a little bit here and there, and it all adds up. Here you go, Mr. Javier Arroyo. Thanks, man. Okay. Is it okay to make an order? If you place it right now, I'll take care of you, Mr. Jonas, because we're going to be hopping off right after, okay? So take a quick look, and while he's looking at what he wants to buy, let me see what this... Is she doing okay? Let's see. Box OP13. Okay, hold on. Should be in the 2 boxes I gave you today. And then what's the other one? Box of Battle Styles. All right, box of Battle Styles. Excuse me, I'll go get this box for Miss Alexis. She's shipping out Battle Styles. I think that's Edward Cornelius, or not, yeah, Edward's Cornelius box. Be right back. All right, I'll be back, guys. All right. Whew. Oh, I'm tired, man. Definitely am lacking a lot of energy for some reason. Mr. needs to hire a person to get these orders prepped faster. No, it's all good. We're good. How many days until Mr. returns to the stream? I bet 25 days. What, you mean overnight? No, I don't see it happening. Mr. Simply Grim, how's it going, Simply Grim? All right, we'll hit refresh over here. Mr. needs a new house, stream all day. You know, my original ideas, by the way, back in the day. Look at that, Zapdos. Back in the day, my original idea was that second house we own was going to be like a streamer home. I was going to rig it up with like a camera and all that. And that person was going to stream for me, and I was going to supply them with product. And they could just bring it over here. They could bring the product back over here for shipping. And so it wasn't just an encapsulation job. That job that John was doing, it was going to be streaming, encapsulation, PSA submissions. There's going to be so much. So it's too bad it kind of fell through. Imagine a bonus stream every day. Wouldn't that be cool? When I was young. That's right, back in my day. Oh, what's that Gengar? Sure. This is Japanese Gengar from 2021. VMAX High Class deck. So he's a great looking card and kind of getting pricey over time, huh? It's a great looking card. We've sold a lot of those. Jack Woodworth says he'll try 2 shuffles. Here you go, Mr. Jack. Where are we on the Heartbreak? Hey, the Heartbreak. It's on spot number 15, I believe. 1, 2, 3. It is the star spot recipient now, meaning when certain breaks end, they'll transfer a star spot over to that Zard. Hey, 2 cold ones. Sorry, man. We need to put a new card in there. What should it be? We could put a new card in that box. I like this guy. He's cool. Duraludon. Pikachu. Do we have a Pikachu in there yet? Yeah, we already put a Pikachu in there. 2 Pikachus wouldn't be a problem, though, would it? Got a bunch of Pikachus. How many cards we got here? We got a whole chunk of them, huh? Okay. Toss that like that. Oops. I don't think we have a poker card in that box right now. Okay. And now if we hit refresh on the website, we have Mr. Jonas. Hey, how's it going, Jonas? He'd like a Peanuts Classic 1, a Fortnite Series 1, and an Upper Deck Halo Hobby Box Pack. Okay, we got that. So that's going to be somewhere over here. Where do we keep that Halo stuff? I always forget. I don't think I store it in a normal place. It's over here, isn't it? Yeah, here it is. All right, here's your Halo. Funny you should order the Snoopy packs. We just got a fresh box of those. So the Snoopy stuff is over here. So it's hard to reach this. Oh, we need new Fortnite too. That's cool. So let me go get a fresh box of Fortnite. Okay, I'll go grab it. Mamma mia. All right, here we have it. Check this bad boy out. I had to do 2 orders. All right, sounds good. That pretty neat, huh? Huh? You guys never buy these. We used to sell a ton of them. These are very popular. Some of the pulls from these Fortnite packs go for thousands of dollars. All right, I'll set the camera down. Good stuff. I ordered a Crown Zenith too. Ooh. Crown Zenith. Okay. Fortnite is a fun game. Well, you know, it was a big hit for a very long time now. So similar to Minecraft, I decided let's get these cards up on. How many of these you ordered? One. I decided similar to Minecraft, we better have these cards on our menu. All right, so I still play Fortnite, says Mr. A. Perez. Nice. So he said he placed a second order. Let's take a quick look at that, everybody. It's now 7:37. It's running real late. We're going to be all done after this. 1 Crown Zenith. Okay, 1 Crown Zenith. Good stuff. You ready? 25th anniversary cards. Are Japanese or English holding better value? You know, that's a great question because the Japanese cards look different from the English ones. I bet they both hold value, but differently. And I think this is an example where I prefer the way the Japanese ones look. They have sparkling borders rather than the yucky yellow border. IMO on my fallen enemies. All right, there we go, guys. So, for you, Mr. Jared, we've got... Oh, did I say Jared? Mr. Jonas. We've got this weapon drop a card called Gravity Hammer. Nice. All right. Here's Master Queef. Ooh. All right. Here are these guys. I can finally rock my Glock 31. There we go. Here's Snoopy. Guess what, sir? Here's the bird. Oops, we'll rotate this around. Why was I put on this earth? What am I doing here? We've got the singing Christmas tree. This is really funny. He's a good skater, but he's the funniest looking kid I've ever seen. Very cute. Snoopy. Yeah, that's right, Snoopy. Christmas is coming, Charlie Brown. If we were married and you played golf, I'd hate your golf clubs. On you, it looks pathetic. And here's Linus holding a football. And whoever heard of a field trip to a barbershop? Those are some of the later comics when they add a couple more characters in. Wonder why he stopped. Wonder what was his official last comic and why did he stop? Okay, I'm not seeing a holo. All right, no holo in this pack. Okay, that's a standard pack. You are looking for holos to pop out of these Fortnite packs. The holographic cards, when graded 10, can sell for hundreds to thousands of dollars easily. Crown Zenith is still a great set, dropping you a Latias Trainer Gallery. Very good. Look at that. Fantastic, dude. All right, Mr. Jonas, not bad. You did well on the Latias. You still thinking about doing a TCG display or some sort in your home? No. When it comes to how we set up the home, it's all security all day long. That's it. So most of it is just designed to be security. And I look at the cards here live with you guys. Mr. Jonas. I'm so tired. It's crazy. I have no energy. So tired. Definitely something not right with whatever I ate. I wonder what it was. All right, Jonas, what do we do with your bag? You're up top. All right. I will do more Fortnite some other day. I will just do it for sentimental value. You might do it and actually get lucky and pull a chase card out of there, and it will be a great clip if you do that. We'll make a video out of it. Okay? I don't know if my Venmo finally went through. I sent another. Let me take a quick look. Jared Line paid $100. He stopped because he died. Oh, I did not know that. So he actually stopped when he died. Okay, that is tough, man. So I'm opening Venmo. I see you sent me 100. Under activity, it shows the 100 you just sent. It doesn't say the other 100's on hold. Let me do a search. Jared. Let's see. Completed. So it says the $100 the $100 from before, it looks like it might have completed on December 31st. Okay, so look into that on your side too. If it did, that means you have $100 over here. Okay. What's funny is I only get $98. That's from the Venmo fees. PayPal fees, I'd only get $97. All right, so let's see. ENEB1, Alex Garcia. I can service that real fast, and then we'll just wrap it up. It is Alex Garcia going deep on these EB1s. It left him unable to draw, and he didn't want anyone continuing it. He had colon cancer. Oh, man. That is so sad, dude. There it goes. He should have kept going, man. He should have kept going those last couple days. Colon cancer. That is so sad. Been hearing a lot about Shirahoshi. Been hearing a lot about colon cancer. Look at that, man. I bet you that's expensive, everybody. Oh, yeah. Those come out. That comes out of really pricey packs. Okay. It left him unable to draw. Man. I get it. I mean, I'm not like, that's sad, dude. All right. Just have to celebrate what he did accomplish while he was still with us. All right. Yes, looks like it went through on my end. So the 200 for the Halo card. Nice. Now, what are you saying? You're saying you're going to apply that toward a slab away? Is that what you're saying? Let's take a quick look. Under slab away. Where's slab away? Here it is. Mr. Jared. Jared Line, Hard Light Master Chief. Down to $100. Good job, man. So he's almost done. He's almost yours. That's what's so cool about slab away. All right. I think we're all done, guys. I had a great Friday with you. Sorry for starting so late. Usually we start a little bit earlier, but today I just wasn't feeling good. You guys were very nice to me. Let's get another spot or two out for the Sarah. Looks like the Sarah break, the Sarah giveaway is going to go on for one more day. Z-Nebby. Tonight was just a little bit of a slow night, I think. It was a short stream. There were limited orders. And we didn't hit the halfway point for likes till a little bit later. Soy sauce. Soprano. That's a long name. So, oops. Mike Side and Jason. Mike Side and Jason Edwards. The Shirahoshi is 16 bucks. Oh my God. I'd still grade it. I'd still grade it because we know that the boxes cost a lot. And here's how it works. Listen, even if the slab is cheap, if the box is getting really expensive, don't sell your slab. Because pretty soon people go, oh my God, it costs so much to pull a Shirahoshi. Might as well go buy the slab and buy it that way. That pushes the price of the slabs up. So I kind of describe the price of the goods like a swinging pendulum. It goes back and forth. If the box is too expensive, people buy the slabs. This drives the price of the slabs up. Then when the slabs are too expensive, people go, I'm not buying that slab. I'm going to go buy a box. It just goes back and forth. So I guarantee you, if the EB1 box is expensive, eventually the cards inside of it will be too. All right, so thank you, everyone. What a great Friday. I think we had a really nice Friday. Thank you all for being here. Happy to see you guys on Saturday, okay? So you guys have a good night. I'm going to go relax and try to recover from whatever this weird illness is. I'll see you later, everybody.